Hey friends, welcome back to my channel Code Explore Travel with Harshal. So let's start with today's session. First of all, happy Diwali to all of you and your family. Hope you are enjoying this Diwali with your friends and family. Cool. In previous video, we have seen string algorithms. We have seen the basic concept of memory allocation in a string. Now, enough more theory and let's start some programming. With current video, we are going to start with the string program, and I will solve with the current, available data structure. So let's start. With this video, we are going to see one of the string problem, which is find duplicate characters in a string and its occurrence as well. So let's start. Cool. So what is the problem statement? Let me explain. So our problem statement is we have to find the duplicate characters in a given string and its occurrences. Suppose we have a string, this is the input string and the output is this. So what is this? With this string, you can see the A comes 3 times and H comes 2 times. So A is the character and its occurrence is 3. H is the character in this string and its occurrence is 2. We do have X, we do have T, but its occurrence is only 1. That means that character is not duplicate. So we have to find a duplicate character and its occurrences. Cool. So let's start. First of all, how to approach this problem? What is our input? Our input is a string and our output is the character and its occurrences. So the very important thing is what data structure we gonna choose to solve this kind of problem, right? So when we need two things, let's say character and its occurrences, definitely the first data structure comes in a mind, which is a hash map, because hash map has the key and value. So consider this character is a key and value is its occurrences. So we can solve this problem using hash map. So let's start. This is very important, guys. The workable solution is not only important thing, but what data structure you are choosing accordingly, what the complexity you are offering, that is important. So we will try to solve this problem with the O of n O of n time complexity, which is one of the optimal solution. Linear time complexity. So let's start. I already created this class and the main method. So let's create one function. Let's say find duplicates, and let's have one string. Let's say string is equal to. Let's copy the same string and pass this string to this function. Let's create the method. Okay, we have the skeleton now. Cool. Uh, we created one function find duplicates and we passed the same string, and now our expected output is we have to come up with the duplicate character and its occurrences. Let's say with this string we have to come up with the A 3 and H 2 times, right? So let's start our the actual implementation. Cool. Now, what is the first case we have to take care? Whenever, always remember, whenever you implement any problem, you must think of the corner cases. Let's say your input is string here. So you must take care all boundary conditions, all corner cases, like your string could be a null or empty. So let's, if your string is equal to null, or if your string is empty, or it's empty, right? So we have to handle this condition first. uh, if the string is null or empty, let's return the return the problem. Okay, so what will happen with this condition? Our program will not crash. So always handle this condition if your string is null or empty. This is very important. Cool. Now let's move to the actual implementation. Now what is our logic? Like we have to uh, take this string into the hash map character by character. You have to read character by character and store into the hash map. And while we are storing this character into the hash map, we have to store its occurrences. So we can consider this character is a key and the value of the hash map is occurrences. So our hash map will have key is a character and value is an integer. So let's define one hash map. So character and integer, right? equal to new hash map. Let's import the map. Let's import the hash map. Okay. Now we have the map. Now we have to input this string into the map. So how to input string into the map? Let's take a for each loop. Uh, we have to not input the string, but we have to input the character, right? So we have to split the string into the char array. So I will not take extra char array and transfer this string into the char array. Instead, we can use the inbuilt method of Java, which is like to char array. So we have this string dot to char array, which will give me the splitted string into the character. And now our main logic starts. So now we got the character by character, right? So we got the character into this variable C one by one into the for each loop, right? So now we have to store this character into the hash map. But when we will store this character into the hash map, we have to check whether this character is already present into the hash map, and we have to get its value. And I mean, that value is nothing but the occurrence, and we have to check if what is the existing occurrence, and we have to add +1 to just increment the occurrences, right? So what is the basic logic? Like let's say this we have to check like this character is already present into the map, right? So if map dot contains key, so this character is a key, right? So if key is already present into the map, that means this character is already stored into the map, because we have to increment its occurrences, right? So that means we got this character. Then in this case, what we put into the map dot put the same character, and we have to get the existing value. So map dot get, see, we took the value, existing value of that character, and we just did increment by 1. So that means if, let's say, we put the a into the map first time, then next time when we go to this a, we will get the existing value, existing occurrences of a, which is 1, and plus we add one more plus, that is a occurrence will be the 2. Else, what in else condition, that means that character is not present into the map, then obviously the occurrence of that character is only 1. That's it. I mean, that is very simple. So let's check this, like our map has populated correctly. So just print out the map just to check. Let me save the map. Let's run. Cool. Okay, now you can see here, this is our string P1A3S1T1G1X1H2. Awesome. That means we populated map our correctly, but this is not our ultimate goal, right? Our ultimate goal is like we have to come up with the duplicate character. That means the character which has the value more than 1. Those characters are the duplicate and its occurrences. That means A3 and H2. So we have to print only A3, but this is what we verified, like our map has populated correctly. One more thing, like we wrote this 3 line of code. Let's refactor this. I mean, we can use one of map method, inbuilt map method, which can be replaced this three line of code. Let me show you that. Instead of all this 3 line, we can write simply map dot put. We have to write this character, and we have one method map dot get or default. We write this character 0 plus 1. Okay, this single line is equivalent to this 3 line. So this is good refactorization. So let me explain with this. So map has this method map.get or default. So what it will do, it will get the existing key, and if that key is not there, and let's say in our case the character is not there, it will assign the default value 0. That means if we find this character first time and we just did +1, that means it will store into the map that character, and its occurrence is a 1 in case of the character occurring very first time. But if that character is already there, then what this method will do, map.get or default, it will get the actual value. Let's say actual occurrence is 1, then it will take 1 and we are adding 2, again 1, that means 2. So it will update the map with the latest value, which is 2. So no need to write this line. We can have the simple 1 line which will do the same thing for us. Let's test again. Run as Java application. Awesome. P is equal to 1, A3. Cool. This is expected, right? So we did refactoration. We did refactor the code. Okay. Now, what is our main logic? Again, here we have to, I mean, ultimate goal, we have to come up with the only duplicate characters and its occurrences. So we got the data into the map. Now, only thing is we have to iterate through the map. So let's, where is this loop? Cool, yeah. So let's iterate through the map. How to iterate through the map? Let's take the entry set, all the entry. Let's say this is our entry character integer map dot entry set. So what is the benefit of taking this entry set? Let me explain. Let's import the entry first and entry set. Okay, when you take the entry set, you will have both key and value. You can see you can get the key and value as well, because we need to print both key and value. That's why we took the entry set instead of taking just keys and value. So we will have both key and value. So the logic is very simple. We have to iterate through the map, and we have to check the character which has value more than the 1, right? So if m dot get value is greater than 1, right? So just print out those values. M dot get key plus m dot get value. So which has the value greater than 1? Only we took that key and that value. So let's run it. Awesome, A3. So let's cool, right? So this is what our expected output is. We wanted A3 and H2, A3 and H2, right? So what we did, we just iterate through the map and we took the character which has the value more than the 1. Now what is the complexity of this problem? So you can see very first we took the map. So let's talk about time complexity. What is the time complexity of 2-char array? So we are just splitting this entire string into the 2-char array. The time complexity is O of n for this code. And so for this code, the time complexity is O of n. Now again we iterate through the map. So for this again time complexity is O of n, because we are iterating only once linearly, right? So overall time complexity is O of n plus O of n, that is equal to O of n. So this is linear time solution. Now let's test this implementation with some corner cases. Let's pass me the empty string, run it. Awesome, our problem is not crash. Let's pass some null value. Awesome, our problem is not solved. If I don't write this line, definitely it will gonna give me the null pointer exception, right? So that's what is important to handle all this null and empty condition. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, so in next videos we are going to see another string problem. So do subscribe and like my videos so you will get updates of next videos. And do let me know if you have any question into the comment. Thank you. Thanks for watching. See you.